Brett Dawson from Sellout Crowd here at Paycom Center, where score one for small ball. The Thunder beats the Wolves 129-106. A big win for OKC over West-leading Minnesota. And a big win it got by going small. The full regular starting lineup available to the Thunder. Josh Giddey returned from an ankle sprain. Jalen Williams, who was dealing with an illness, was available. So the Thunder started with Chet Holmgren and four wings, which is pretty typical. But even off the bench, Thunder really focused on small ball. Kenrich Williams got a lot of minutes at backup center. Jalen Williams, Jay Will, didn't get very many. You saw a lot of multiple guard lineups, a lot of 3 and 4 guard lineups. Vasily Micic, who hasn't played a lot lately, came in off the bench and got some significant minutes. And the Thunder just tried to do the things you have to do if you want to play small against one of the biggest teams in the league. The Wolves start Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. Towns was questionable coming into tonight with some left knee soreness, but he did play. And what you saw over the course of the game was, one, on offense, the Thunder getting in space, getting some favorable matchups. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isolated against Rudy Gobert in certain situations. He kind of cooked, went to work. A ton of assists, 35 of those on 49 made shots for the Thunder, 9 for SGA. And the way the Thunder play offense when they're at their best with the small ball lineups, they really make you chase the ball. They really get your defense moving. And when you have a big lineup like the Wolves do, some of that stuff can be really challenging. Now, the Thunder shot the ball great. Part of it was getting those great shots, but part of it was just that it was a really good shooting night as opposed to the one in Minneapolis a few weeks ago where the Thunder couldn't make anything. That makes every kind of style look better. When shots are falling, 18 three-pointers, better than 60% from the floor. That, we can't chalk everything up to small ball versus a big lineup, but it was a big part of the shots they got, playing so small against this bigger team, making big defenders operate in space, try to chase the ball. OKC was great at that tonight. Defensively, also did the things you got to do. Forced 24 turnovers. Not all those were forced, but 24 turnovers for the Wolves. And then the Thunder really competed on the boards. Now, you talk about the great shooting. The Wolves also shot the ball pretty well, up over 46%. And that was even higher going into the fourth quarter. Thunder kind of locked down defensively, and the Wolves missed some shots. And that's where OKC really put the game away early in the fourth. The Wolves missed 13 of their first 16 shots. Game kind of got away from them there. But already a pretty comfortable lead for the Thunder in the third quarter and entering the fourth. But that meant not very many rebounds available. 35 for Minnesota, 29 for the Thunder. Look over at the Bulls game tonight. Andre Drummond had 25 himself. So it tells you a lot about shots going in. But the Thunder's gotten a little bit better over the course of the season at just kind of doing the things you have to do rebounding-wise. You're still going to be at a huge disadvantage, especially against a team like this. But it's kind of scrapping on the boards. It's sending smaller guys to crash. Doing the kind of things, little things where you can improve marginally at rebounding. These aren't solved problems. But, Jalen Williams was talking about it, J-Dub after the game, talking about the fact that it has been a point of emphasis and they are getting better at it. Maybe not going to be the thing that, at one point we thought about the rebounding as a real Achilles heel. Still might be a real issue for this team, but you're seeing some progress in the way they handle that small ball and fight for rebounds. But the turnovers are big. The shot making is big. The ball movement and sharing of the ball is really big. Those are the kinds of things that can offset size. It's all, Mark Daignault likes to say it's cost benefit. So what does it cost you to play this small, and what do you get out of doing it? Tonight was a great example of how good it can be when it's really going well. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was terrific tonight, 34 points, those 9 assists. We saw Chet Holmgren much more comfortable in his second game against Rudy Gobert. That hasn't been universal for Chet. For example, when they went to Sacramento, the Thunder has played twice against the Kings out there, and Domantas Sabonis has been pretty good, and Chet's not been great in both of those meetings. But you look at the first time he played Nikola Jokic to the second time, you look here at Rudy Gobert for the second time, you just see little things, angles he's seeing, shots he's seeing, the way he has to approach it. Mark Daignault really credited his work in between games. J-Dub, Jalen Williams was really good with 21 points. Lou Dort made shots tonight, 5 threes for him. He was 7 for 9 from the floor overall. And Josh Giddey, returning to the lineup, pretty good in his minutes, especially early. Had 6 assists very early, finished with 7. He had 10 points, an efficient 10 points. So the Thunder really good on the first night of a back-to-back. They get a really good statement kind of win against the Wolves, a team that had beaten them in a close game up in Minneapolis. Come back and get them tonight. And now they have to turn right around and play the New York Knicks here in this building tomorrow. So we'll be back. We'll have much more coverage of this game and that one here on my YouTube page and at selloutcrowd.com. So check it all out.